What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here, and I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm so sick of the political climate, and honestly, I don't love making these types of videos. Like, I enjoy them from the commentary aspect and the fact that it's unscripted and I can basically ramble on for whatever and see what sticks, but I hate them because I am so disappointed with where people are right now in this world. We have so much technology at our hands with things like Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it might be, all this social media. And instead of like coming together, having really awesome, wholesome moments, we focus on yelling at each other. We focus on human conflict versus like being just good human beings. We focus on who people voted for versus who people are in their lives. And that to me is a huge problem. It's almost like your identity is completely tied to who you voted for in the last election. And I don't understand why everybody has to be so political now. Don't get me wrong, I understand it from somewhat of a perspective like, hey, I don't like Donald Trump as much as the next person. But am I gonna let every day be consumed by Donald Trump? I'm not. Granted, he's not my president, so frankly, I shouldn't care, and honestly, I don't. And it's the same as if Joe Biden gets elected. I'm not going to care. It's going to be the same thing as when Obama was in office. It's just I'm not going to see his tweets pop up on my feed every 2 minutes the same way I see Donald Trump's tweets show up on my Twitter feed all the time with people trying to dunk on him. Like, people know by now. Trump's an idiot. He's a moron. He says really stupid things. You're not bringing people from the other side and being like, oh, now, 4 years in, oh my God, Trump is so dumb. No, people know by now that he's a moron, but he has done some good things. Granted, the last 6 months would make me not vote for him alone with the way he's handled the situation in the United States, but some of the policies, the trade deals, the unemployment rates, the stock market back before the drop, we're doing pretty well. And if you're one of the people that fall in line with where that matters to them, I understand the reason to vote Republican. But the problem is, just by me saying that, if this video gets anywhere, I'm gonna have leftists yelling at me and saying I'm a Nazi, or I don't believe in human decency, or whatever it is. Like, I believe in the wealth gap, and I don't. I would love to see the wealth gap diminish. But the way that we get these things diminished isn't by yelling at the other side and calling them Nazis, and it's sitting down and having conversations with them. Because a lot of the people in politics right now are extremely old, and they're going to be out of office soon. And it's the next wave of politicians, the Dan Crenshaws, the Ocasio-Cortez, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It's those next wave of politicians that we need to talk to and sit down with and really let them understand the issues that are going on, whether it be the United States or across the world. Because honestly, personally, I didn't vote for Justin Trudeau. But my life isn't consumed by every negative thing the guy has done. And trust me, he's done some shady shit. There's some conflicts of interest that he's done with a couple scandals now, and there's a lot of Canadians that are upset with that. But I don't let it consume my life, because then I'm going to be angry all the time at what the government does with my money. And honestly, I just pay my taxes. I just pay my taxes happily, because it's part of life. Just to pay taxes. Just realize it's part of life. And if you let yourself be less and less consumed by politics and less consumed by the anger that politics has within it, you're gonna live a better life. And honestly, this Chris Pratt situation where he wouldn't talk about who he was voting for, the fact that so many people care just shows you how sad your life is. The fact that you're that consumed by what a celebrity and who a celebrity is voting for and what he thinks. Like, legitimately, get a life. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna change your everyday life. It really isn't. The fact that Chris Pratt might vote Republican versus voting Democrat isn't gonna matter in the long run. He's not moving anybody over to his side by saying, oh, I'm gonna vote Republican or I'm gonna vote Democrat. No one's sitting there waiting and thinking, oh man, I really wonder who Chris Pratt's voting for. Realistically, if you hinge your vote on the way somebody else is voting, you're as much of a moron as the person that is yelling about where someone else is voting. Read up, do the research, understand what both parties represent, or if you're in Canada or the UK, understand what the parties stand for. Figure out where you most align and vote for that party. Don't get mad at people who voted differently than you. People have different views, man. You're allowed to have different views. You're allowed to think differently than each other. If we all thought the same, that's how Nazi Germany and Communist Russia start. Because everybody starts to think alike with what the government's doing. And once we let the government infiltrate our lives in every sense of the word, that's how you get dictatorships. And honestly, the United States is nowhere near a dictatorship. Okay? There's no way, if there was a dictatorship in the United States, if the United States was anywhere near Nazi Germany or Communist Russia, that there would be an opposing party controlling this. Is it the Senate or the House? Like, whatever the Democrats have in party right now, there'd be no way that that'd be an issue. Look at other dictatorships. Look at other places across the world that have real problems of too much control of government. It's very hard to vote those people out because there is so much corruption. And it's just not like that in the United States. You're literally getting the opportunity to vote this guy out. So I don't know where the corruption stands. But honestly, all I'm saying is we could really benefit from taking a break from politics. From just stepping back and saying, holy crap, go outside for a walk. Enjoy a conversation with friends about something that isn't political. Like I said earlier, we all know Trump's a moron. And the people who support him with the flags and the hats and the bumper stickers and the yard signs are as much as morons as he is. But you're never going to change those people. You're never going to get them to see your side. Let them think the way they want to think. It's not going to affect you in the long run, realistically, okay? It's not going to affect you. Do what you can do to change the world to be a better place. Instead of making it a more divisive place, make it a more welcoming and enjoyable place for everybody. So instead of yelling at somebody for making a mean comment or a divisive comment, go to them and bring them in, embrace them, and have a conversation with them. That is way more important. Discourse is important. We have to stop yelling at the other side. We have to stop yelling at people, and we need to start talking with people. And that's it for today's video. That's all I wanted to say. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. My chair is extremely loud and I'm sorry. WD-40 clearly didn't work. And if you want to see more videos on this channel, I upload Call of Duty, I upload NHL. It's more of a gameplay channel than it is a commentary channel now. And honestly, I'm having fun just getting away from these types of conversations because I don't have as much fun uploading this stuff. But honestly, sometimes it's therapeutic for me just to say what's on my mind. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.